All right. Good morning. We might as well get started. Welcome to Pakachoag Golf Course. This is most certainly a long-awaited day for many Auburn residents and golfers who have advocated for and supported the town taking over the operations, management, and maintenance of the Pakachoag Golf Course since the previous management contract expired. So the day has finally arrived. We couldn't be any happier than we are being able to celebrate that here today. And as of January 1st, for those who don't know, as of January 1st of this calendar year, the town of Auburn did assume all operations, management, and maintenance of the course. And before I go any further, I just really have to make sure that we thank Bill Coyle, Director of DPW, and his crew for the amazing job they've done here. For those of you who have been here in the past, you'll notice that the clubhouse has been renovated, the greens have been maintained. We actually have a pond that many people have commented they never knew existed. So the pond is here, it's been cleared out, and it's beautiful. A lot of other work going on here, and many thanks to Bill and his entire team. So today we are here to celebrate the fact that we are under a new management structure. We're excited about it. There's a lot of new changes that you've probably seen if you've been up here golfing, and if you haven't, you will notice we've got a new website, we have new rates, we have merchandise in there, we have lovely golf shirts with the logo on it, we've developed a logo, we're marketing the facility, we are doing everything we can to bring golfers back here and to keep those golfers who've been regulars here coming back for more. So I want to thank all of those involved over the last several months. It's been very busy since January 1st as we prepare for the opening of this 2016 season. So from our elected officials and town meeting members to the members of the Pakachoag Golf Course Advisory Committee and DPW, and special thanks to all those employees who've played a key role in managing and operating this course. We applaud your efforts and we thank you for your commitment. We did fall a little short on the weather today. We were hoping to give you a lovely 80-degree day, but the rain held off for us, and we've been commenting that I think we were fortunate this year to be able to open on March 9th. It was warmer on March 9th than it is today, but gladly we were able to get an extra month in that we didn't intend on getting. Last year we were under 10 feet of snow on March 9th, so this year was quite a welcome change. So I want to acknowledge and thank also the Auburn Chamber of Commerce and President Kerry Cross, who's going to say a few words later on in the program, for all the support of the Chamber. There are a number of Chamber members here today, and we are grateful for your support of all things Auburn and moving forward of the golf course. The Pakachoag Golf Course Advisory Committee, which was established, I believe, and we put that committee together in October in anticipation following the town meeting vote that allowed us to move forward on this. And it's a 3-member commission, and I just want to thank Dave Roy, the chair, Ron Otteson, the vice chair, and Dick Cody for their service. They've just done a great job. Thank you all. And special thanks again to Bill Coyle, Assistant Town Manager Ed Kazanovich, for all the work that they've done on a financial basis for this. Recreation and Culture Director Kristen Pappas, who you all know, greeting everybody here with a smile every day. We want this to be friendly, we want it to be welcoming, we want it to be a good community place for you to come with your friends and your family, and Kristen just does a great job at that. Also want to make sure I thank Jeff Mitchell and Kenny Fairbanks and Wayne Bloomquist and Kathy Hansen and Joanna Paquin for all their work behind the scenes as well as up here. They've done a tremendous job. Thank you to all of you. And I want to acknowledge a special guest who's here today before I go through everyone who's up here, but Mr. Edward Hanlon. Mr. Hanlon, if you could wave. Mr. Hanlon served on the Pakachoag Golf Course Oversight Committee for 18 years, from 1991 to 2009. And he's joined here by his son. And I want to see, again, if you could just give him a welcoming round of applause. He's just done so much for the town. So today we have an exciting array of speakers who are all here to celebrate this beautiful town asset and the reopening of the course. Following remarks from our speakers and our featured speaker, guest Jim Remy, Rick Karbowski will tee off, and then we're going to cut the ribbon. So You'll be hearing from Chairman of the Board, Ken Holstrom, but at the same time, I want to acknowledge Vice Chair Doreen Goodrich and Selectman Dan Carpenter. Thank you both for coming as well. Our first speaker this morning is State Senator Michael Moore. As you know, Senator Moore is an avid supporter of the town of Auburn, and he has successfully worked to secure state funding for a number of different initiatives here. So please give a warm welcome to Senator Moore.
Good morning. It's great to be here today. I will say you're a little better off than I was. I had a golf tournament last Monday that had to be canceled because of the rain. So it's a little nice to be here in this weather. You may not appreciate it because it's cold, but it's a lot better than it was last week. But I also want to thank everyone that the town manager thanked for all their hard work. And I don't want to mention all the names because then I'll miss someone, and you always hate to do that. But I mean, as I came down here and I'm looking at the course and what was done, I went and asked the town manager and the assistant town manager, Ed, I said, so how much money do you have to borrow to get this done? And amazingly, there was no money that was borrowed from the town for the town to have to repay. It was all done with money from the operating budget and, as she said, work done by the DPW. So it's great that the town can provide these recreational opportunities, which we do need to provide for our citizens, but to do it in a way that's fiscally accountable for all the taxpayers. And so I want to thank the town manager and Ed for all their hard work for putting this together. So I think you should give them a round of applause. And I have, in recognition of this day, an official citation from the State Senate. Be it known that the Massachusetts Senate hereby extends its congratulations to the town of Auburn in recognition of the grand reopening of Pakachoag Golf Course, with best wishes as the town assumes all operations, management, and maintenance of the facility. And be it further known that the Massachusetts Senate extends best wishes for continued success, that this citation be duly signed by the President of the Senate and attested to, and a copy thereof transmitted by the Clerk of the Senate, and signed by the Senate President, Stan Rosenberg, and myself, Senator Moore. And I think this is probably the third or fourth I've given to the town manager in recent years. So congratulations.
We'll take citations all day long. This is great. Thank you. I also want to acknowledge us here with us today, School Superintendent Mary Ellen Brunel. Thank you for coming and thank you for the support. We are thrilled to be able to be hosting the golf team from the school, and I know the golf coaches are here and the athletic director from the school is here, and just thank all of you for everything that you do for the town, and we're happy to engage the youth back here again. It's great. Our next speaker is State Representative Paul Frost, and similar to Senator Mike Moore, I just want to make a comment that Paul Frost is an extremely strong supporter. This is his hometown, and he's also been instrumental in getting grants and other initiatives here in Auburn going. So please welcome Representative Paul Frost. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here. If I don't get blown away, but no, this is fabulous, and I appreciate the town of Auburn inviting us all to come. I do want to recognize, obviously, we see that Chairman Holstrom here in the Board of Selectmen has gone retro attire for today, and in fact, I believe after the ribbon cutting, he's going to do the ceremonial first drive. He's going to show us how it's done. That's more than I can do. I could probably get you maybe 20 yards on my drive. So, listen, I congratulate the entire town of Auburn and all those who worked very, very hard to make this possible. It was a big endeavor. I know the town wanted to go in a new direction with management up here, and they decided to take it upon themselves to do that, to provide a great golf recreational experience to the folks in Auburn, and to preserve a beautiful piece of property that needs preserving, that needs protecting, and the town is taking that initiative to do that. It also goes without saying that up here in the golf course is the marker that recognizes that some 90 years ago this last March, Dr. Robert H. Goddard launched the world's first liquid-fueled rocket. And that was right up here, back when this was a farm. And so from a historical perspective, I commend the town of Auburn for preserving that part of history, but also incorporating it into a useful piece of property like this, where people can golf and enjoy the outdoors, which we need more of, and of course we need more of from our youth. So I congratulate the high school and any young people that come out and play outdoor sports, and particularly golf, to come out here and to be outside and not in front of a video game or an iPhone or an iPad. So I wish to commend the town of Auburn, thank them for doing this, for being there, for our youth, for our elderly, for all that want to enjoy the outdoors, that want to enjoy golf in a very affordable way, too. And that's important because it can introduce new people to the game that might not be able to afford going to someplace else. And if they really like it and enjoy it and get into it, they can learn here and start here. You know, my dad's a senior citizen, and I know he loves playing up here. He enjoys it. So I know there are a lot of folks who do, and I'm glad the town of Auburn is preserving it and protecting it for many, many different reasons. And so I do have a citation from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts recognizing the town of Auburn in recognition of their grand reopening under new management, and extending his very best wishes and hopes of future good fortune and continued success in all endeavors, given the 6th day of May in the year 2006. It is signed by the Speaker of the House and offered by me, your State Representative, Paul Frost. Congratulations and God bless.
Thank you. Before we go on to the next speaker, a couple of things. First of all, just a reminder that, in case you don't remember, this weekend is Mother's Day. What better gift for your mother than a gift certificate to the Pakachoag golf course? And I say that because we have the ability to purchase online gift certificates, and I want to make a mention that we did run a holiday special at around Christmas, New Year's, and we sold 44 season passes during that time, which is phenomenal, and a number of gift certificates. It does make a good gift, but the reason I am bringing it up also is the person who bought the first season pass happens to be here, Joe Martin. His pass is number one, and after that he set the stage, and I believe that happened at a Chamber of Commerce event. So we thank the Auburn Chamber of Commerce and your members for supporting us again. Also want to mention all the work that you see here, especially on this clubhouse, was done actually through the Department of Public Works through our Facility Management Division. And we are blessed to have Jim Beauregard, who is the foreman in that unit, along with Chris and Tim, who worked with him to do the deck, to do the entire inside of that clubhouse. It's beautiful. Want to thank Jim. Also want to give him a little plug because he was recently selected, if you didn't see it in the paper, as one of the Worcester Regional Research Bureau's recipient of the Thomas Green Award for Public Service. There were 5 chosen in the entire region. Actually, it is a statewide event, but primarily it's the Central Mass region. And Jimmy Beauregard was nominated and he was selected, and we couldn't be any more proud that he's ours. He belongs to Auburn. Thank you, Jim. So, it is now my pleasure to introduce probably the best dressed speaker that we have here today, the most appropriately dressed, but the chairman of the Board of Selectmen, Ken Holstrom.
I guess my first question is, who sponsored the advertisement for the season passes, Julie? Yes, I do kind of look the part. Do I play the part? Yeah, yes and no. It depends upon what kind of a day it is. The wind doesn't help my shot very often. But I'm excited to be here today. I think this has been great. I've known this golf course for a long, long time. I've played here many, many times. And the improvements and just the landscaping itself have just been absolutely spectacular here. Congratulations and thank you to all involved in this, because it's our diamond in Auburn, and I think we've got a great spot here, and I think it's going to do nothing but go forward, and the more people we have here, the better off we're going to be, and I really do appreciate everybody being here today, and thank you very much, and congratulations to Auburn. Thank you.
Thank you. I also want to acknowledge, and I know, I'm sorry, there were so many people to thank, so many people have been involved in this, but I also want to acknowledge for their work in general, a lot of the town employees that are here with us today, the police chief, the fire chief, just a phenomenal departments, both of them, as well as our assessing department, our development and inspection services. I see a number of town employees. I'm not going to get them all. The building commissioner, just everyone's just done a phenomenal job. And also want to welcome and congratulate. We have a new superintendent and assistant superintendent, as well as a number of new employees that are up here. So please introduce yourselves to them, get to know them. They're doing a great job. So our next speaker is Carrie Cross, president of the Auburn Chamber, and she's here to say a few words on behalf of the chamber.
Well, look at this. This is so cool. Every time I get involved in Auburn stuff, it just makes me more and more excited. And I just, if you know me, you know I love Auburn. Born, raised here. Long list of, embarrassingly so for me, a long list of golfers came from my family. So this is absolutely fabulous. I can't even tell you how excited I am for the town that you've been able to take and do what you've done. Back in November, October, this was a diamond in the rough, no pun intended. But if you look out and just look how beautiful that is, if that picture right there doesn't belong on a golf calendar, I don't know what picture is any better than that. So congratulations, Auburn. Congratulations to Julie and her entire team for making this possible. I'm not sure that anybody else but Julie and her team would have made this possible. So thank you, Auburn. Thank you for the support you've shown them. And this is a very exciting time for Auburn, so that's great. And I just want to give this to Julie. It's just congratulations from the Auburn Chamber of Commerce on the grand reopening. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you, and again, thank you to the Auburn Chamber, Eleanor, for everything that you do to support us. We're thrilled, and it gives us a good opportunity to help market and promote this beautiful, beautiful facility. So thank you. And now, it is my pleasure to introduce our featured speaker, Mr. Jim Remy. Jim is the past president of the PGA and is a Hall of Fame member both of the PGA of America and the PGA New England. Jim is currently Vice President and General Manager of the Okemo Golf Division at the Okemo Valley Club in Ludlow, Vermont. Jim has many local connections to this region, which he'll share with you as well. So please welcome Mr. Jim Remy.
Well, first of all, good morning, everyone, and I hope you're not too cold. I'm going to try to make this relatively short, but I have so much good stuff to tell you about golf that I really hope you can take a few minutes to hear me. First of all, I want to congratulate the Select Board and Town Manager Julie Jacobson for really what is a phenomenal job they've done in getting this golf course turned around in such a short period of time. I mean, it really is spectacular. When I drove in today, I was really impressed at how quickly this community was able to turn this golf course around and bring this back to something that you can be very proud of. You know, it's an honor for me to be here. I've given many speeches over the years, obviously being a PGA National Officer for 8 years and President of the Association in 2009 and 10. But one of the reasons why I enjoy being here today is because this is really back to my roots. This is all about my roots. Because when I drive into a 9-hole public facility like this, I remember that's where I got my start many years ago as a youngster up in Leominster. I grew up in Leominster, Massachusetts, and you know, the son of a blue-collar family, didn't have much money, but my mom used to drop me off at a 9-hole golf course every morning in the summertime. Those are the days when you could do that, of course. But she'd drop me off at 8 o'clock on her way to work, and she'd give me $1 for a hot dog and a soda, and I would be there all day long, and at 4:30 she'd pick me up when she got out of work. And I can remember the golf pro used to keep an eye on us, and we had just a great time. We learned so much about golf at that time, at that little 9-hole course in Leominster. And I think what makes 9-hole courses unique is that it's for everybody, and that's important. This is not elitist. This is not about elite golf. This is not about rich white guys in fancy pants. This is about a place that's inclusive for everyone, that caters to kids and seniors and minorities and women golfers who are just taking up the sport. This is the kind of place that I'm very proud of. I'm very proud of the fact that we do have 9-hole golf courses, and more than almost half the golf courses in America are just like this. But you don't read about those and you don't see them on TV. So this is pretty special here, and it's something that you all should be very, very proud of. You know, the next reason why I'm honored to be here is because as a past president of the association, and I left my presidency in 2010, the further you get down the road, the less phone calls you get. So thanks to you all for having me here, because I was starting to feel lonely up in there in Vermont. Nobody was calling me to speak anymore, so it's fun to be here. And of course, the most important reason why I'm here is because my sister-in-law, Doreen Goodrich, called me up and asked, and how do you turn your sister-in-law now? I mean, come on, you got to use your head there, right? It's important to, you know, whatever the sister-in-law wants, the sister-in-law gets. And that makes for a great group. And that's quite a group of girls, ladies, that that family has, by the way. I'm married to Darlene. There's 7 girls in that family. And I got to do this because it's always fun to do it. They start with Maureen, Darlene, Doreen, Marlene, Mavoreen, Micheline, and Dady. So Doreen's 3. I married number 2, and you know how long it took me to memorize that? Can you imagine my first Christmas? Anyway. It's great to be here, and I want to thank Doreen for the invitation. We are mutual fans of each other. She's a great lady, and she's done so much, and we're very proud of her for what she does here in Auburn. I want to talk just a couple minutes about, you know, really what golf's all about, because I think it's one of the most misunderstood sports in America today. You know, first of all, there's the human impact of what golf does for the communities. And I think what goes misunderstood is the amount of charitable donations that are given annually through golf facilities just like this. And I'm sure this course will have many charitable events here over the next few years where you bring in and you raise money for great causes in the community. But I want you to know that in America today, over $3.9 billion a year is raised for charity through golf courses just like this. Each and every course in this country runs some type of charitable event during the year. And that ends up being over $3.9 billion that are raised for charity at golf courses throughout America. There are 15,000 golf facilities in America, and about 7,000 of them would be of the 9-hole nature. And nearly 75% of the golf in America is played at public golf courses. Not fancy country clubs. Remember, I'm not the country club kid. Not fancy country clubs, but golf courses just like this. You know, there are 12,000 facilities that contribute. And I think that's so important because being a golf course now that's owned by the town of Auburn and run by the town of Auburn, I think it's going to be an important thing in the future to be able to see what the benefits are for the community. You know, golf courses today protect the environment. Superintendents and golf course superintendents today protect the environment. They provide green space in the community. What better green space in the town of Auburn than you could have right here at Pakachoag Golf Course? I would love to own one of these homes right across from the golf course now, and they can be so proud of it. That's great. Our Golf Course Superintendents Association today is environmentally concerned. Golf courses have had a bad rap in the future, and today they're very cautious to use only regulated chemicals and fertilizers, and they follow the laws and rules, and they provide beautiful places, beautiful parks where people can enjoy it. There's the health and wellness aspect of golf that goes way misunderstood. Look, this is a fact. People who play golf live longer than people who do not play golf, and it's because they get exercise. And we need that so much in our world today. When you look at the obesity issues in America and the young children who are struggling with these types of challenges, golf is the perfect sport for them. You know, when you walk 18 holes, it's the equivalent of running 3.5 miles or walking over 5 miles. It's great exercise, it's healthy, it has great experiences, outdoor fresh air. So there's that part of it that's so important. That's what you're providing to your community now. You're providing an opportunity to help kids and senior citizens and everyone involved be healthy through an affordable opportunity here at the golf course. It drives the economy. It will bring business to your communities. People will come in to play golf and stop at your stores and stop in your gas stations and spend money in your community. And that's important. The golf economy in America is an incredible economy. It's nearly $70 billion a year can directly be related to golf in America. That's how big it is. There are 24 million golfers who play hundreds of millions of rounds at golf courses throughout the year. And it will help your community to have this golf course be viable and a great asset to everyone who lives here. So, you know, I congratulate you all. I think it's very important that this is part of it. You know, we hear about, and I grew up in Leominster. I played football and baseball, and I skied in the wintertime, and I played golf in the summertime. So I was always in sports. Matter of fact, I've been fortunate enough to spend the last 43 years of my life either going to work at a ski area or a golf course every day. So I'm pretty fortunate. And I learned that if you have a passion, it can also be your profession, and it's worked out great for me. But, you know, with kids today, with all the dangers that we have in other sports and the opportunities for injuries, and I know there's big concerns in schools about the injuries in sports and so on, golf is a safe environment. It's a safe sport to be playing. You get great exercise. It teaches all the right morals and ethics of a great sport. It's the only sport where competitors call penalties on themselves. And so when kids grow up in golf, they grow up to be good people. Rick Karbowski and I, Rick is a great golf professional, by the way. He's here, and I know he's from Auburn. You know, it's been our lifetime. And Rick was a tremendous amateur player, a great professional player, a great professional. When he got out of the business for a while, he got back in the business and played on the Champions Tour. And, you know, he's just a tremendous asset to us. But he'll tell you, people who play golf and people who grow up in golf are good people. So you're providing opportunities for the children of this town to be great people. So it is more than just playing a sport. It's about a life. It's about a lifestyle and who those people will be as they grow up. So, you know, I'm excited about it for you, and obviously, if there's anything I can ever do to help you or help this golf course, I know that Rick and I will be glad to do that. We're part of an association of men and women, 27,000 men and women in the PGA of America who go to work every day at golf courses just like Pakachoag, just like Okemo Valley in Vermont, and grow the sport and try to teach people and help people understand what a great sport it is. So I congratulate you all. Let's get everybody playing golf. The more people who play golf, the better off everybody will be. And again, if I can ever help in any way, or if you have any questions, I'll hang around for a little bit afterwards. I'd certainly be glad to answer questions. You've been a tremendous crowd. You laughed at a couple of my jokes. That was funny. You know, I gave a speech once at the Ryder Cup in front of 40,000 people, but I can tell you really, sincerely, I enjoy this just as much. So, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And I assure you, it is a healthy, safe sport until I try to take a swing. And I promise you, and most importantly, I promise those neighbors over there, I won't do that. I'll make sure that if I do, I'll go to Rick Karbowski and have him help me out and make sure that I keep the safe word in the game of golf. So thank you so much, Jim. We're honored to have you here. And we couldn't say it any better. Golf is a great industry. It's a great sport. It will be good for economic development here. It's good for business. It's good for the residents. It's good for our children and our youth. And we're just so thrilled that we've been able to be here today and to bring to you a course in the clubhouse that really is worthy of the residents of this community. So our final speaker, and if you'd like to come up and say a couple of words, is Rick Karbowski. And I couldn't give you a better introduction than Jim did, but Rick is a former PGA Touring player and currently a golf pro at Auburn driving range. So please, welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. I want to thank Jim for the very kind words. I also want to thank Kristen for inviting me here. First, I met Kristen about 3 weeks ago, I believe, and the one thing, I walked away very impressed, and the one thing I can say that Kristen has, she has infectious enthusiasm. She really does, and you know, the town is lucky to have a gal like her up here. The advisory committee that has taken over the golf course and making recommendations has done a tremendous job. I mean, I grew up playing golf here. My mother used to, like Jim, my mother used to drop me off right over there by that blue stripe at 7 in the morning, pick me up at 5, and we played 45 holes a day. I was 13 when I started the game, and you know, I've had some great moments in golf. One of the persons that's responsible, I hope he's here. I don't know if he's here. Dick Cody. I know he's on the advisory committee. He let a lot of young people play golf up here back when I was learning, back when I was 13 and 14, and a lot of great junior golfers, and a lot of those people became PGA professionals like myself. Dick was responsible for a lot of that success that we've had. The course has never looked so good. I commend Bill Coyle and his staff. When I first started playing here, they had cement slabs. We had a mat we used to hit off of. You had the tee from the same spot every time. And it's quite a change now. And the condition of the greens look fabulous. And the clubhouse looks great. Now it's up to Kristen to carry on a Dick Cody's tradition and helping young golfers get a start in golf, because that's what it's all about, is getting the youth to play. That's the future of the game, getting the young kids to play. And like Jim Remy said, you learn so much from playing golf. I mean, I've called penalties on myself twice in one round before, and it was painful to do, but it was the right thing to do. I was playing in Hawaii, and I had to do it twice. My ball moved on the green. Nobody saw it but me. But I called the penalty on myself twice. So it teaches a lot of integrity and sportsmanship and honesty and hard work. And if a kid has a dream, maybe they can go a long way in golf. It just takes, you know, being around the right people, surrounding yourself with enthusiastic people that the youth like to be around, and encourage them to get out there and, you know, play golf, whether they're good or bad. You can't find a better place to have your child than on a golf course. I want to thank everybody, and I call Auburn my hometown. I haven't lived here for a while, but I'm proud of Auburn, and I'm so pleased that the town of Auburn has taken over the golf course here at Pakachoag. Good luck.
Thank you so much, Rick. So, we've come to the end of the speaking program. What we'd like to do now is have Rick tee off for us, to tee off the start of the 2016, start of the 2016 season, and just to, again, just celebrate the first official tee off of the golf course under the management of the town. And then we have a ribbon cutting as well, so if I can ask all of the elected officials and the speakers and the members of the Pakachoag Golf Course Advisory Committee to join us up for a ribbon cutting, that would be great. And I want to thank everybody for coming. Don't leave until we do the ceremonial, and then we do have some refreshments. Please help yourself, wander around. If you haven't had a chance, go back into the clubhouse, take a look at it. It's beautiful. We have some golf tees that you can take with you that are up there with our signature logo on it. So thank you once again, everybody, for coming, and we're so excited.
I know. Can I borrow my knife?
Thank you all. Good job.